Okay, we are now live. Ms. Jones?
Yes, ma'am. They just answered the phone. 1 second, please.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I just got confirmation that it's going to be under E. Harris. That is Naomi's
Oh.
nest for Miss Kenny.
Okay. I'll let him in now.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's start with well, you know what? Let's start with Mr. Garvin. Probably the quickest one. Ms. Jones?
Oh, yes, Mr. Garvin is continuing to do very well on his probation. He has continuously tested negative at his weekend drug testing. He is continuing to have good reports with his outpatient treatment. And Ms. Green is checking to see what additional incentives we can give him in addition to a well-deserved hand clap.
Thank you,
All
Ms.
right.
Jones.
Good afternoon, Mr. Garvin.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
You continue to do well. I'm so happy to hear it. I take it you're not at work today.
Let me close my door.
Yes, I'm at work today.
Oh, you are at work. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yes, the drug court wants to reward you even more. So that's something I believe that Ms. Green is going to reach out to you. Is that correct, Ms. Green?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
In order to try to connect with you, in order to give you additional incentive for your hard work in the program.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So just let me know, Mr. Garvin, when's the best time to contact you? I don't want to bother you while you're at work. So if you can send Ms. Jones an email, so you're not
Okay.
giving your communication out on live YouTube, and we'll go from there, okay? Keep up the
Sounds
good
great.
work, Mr. Garvin. We're very proud of you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Very proud. All right. Congratulations.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice
Have a great day.
You
Thanks.
too.
You too. All right. Crystal Kenny.
You're muted,
Good
Crystal.
afternoon, Miss Kenny.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Good. All right, go ahead, Miss Jones.
Yes, Miss Kenny has been doing very well where she is. She was rewarded Friday with a group, and they went to see a movie. She and I discussed it briefly, and I told her I was going to rewatch the movie so that we can have a discussion on it. She's doing very well. We did try to do the 800 number with a three-way. The next step for her intensive outpatient treatment domicile right now at that location where she was supposed to return to is full. So we're going to, after court today, we're going to do the 800 number to try to get her into another location that would be intensive outpatient treatment domicile.
Okay. And she's set to get out on Friday. Is that correct?
Friday the 30th. Yes, correct.
All right. Miss Kenny, what movie did you go see?
It was called The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Oh, I saw that. Me
Yeah.
and my kids, we watched that. Yeah, they thought it was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
It is. That's a
Yeah.
good movie.
I have to say I fell asleep on it for
Your Honor, you'll love it. It's hilarious.
It is quite funny.
And now they have a sequel, The Hitman
Oh,
Wife's
no.
Bodyguard or something. Is
yeah. In the parts that I saw were funny. I guess I think maybe I get a little bored with the storyline in the middle, but then I woke back up and I continued to laugh at the parts I saw. Oh, okay. So did you like it, Miss Kenny?
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay, good. All right. Well, hopefully we can get everything set up so you can discharged from there on Friday and go to your IOP.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes.
I did get a chance to speak to Ms. Kenny this weekend. Her attitude is right, I think. She does have one concern, and that is that a bed may not be ready on Friday for her. Do we know whether, I mean, it sounds like we don't know whether she's going to have a bed or not, and she would like to be discharged Friday. If a bed is not available, to be discharged with a tether until a bed does become available.
Well, my understanding is the bed it won't be available because the place she wanted to go to is full. But my understanding is that they're looking for another place. Is that correct, Ms. Jones?
Yes, ma'am. We will be doing that three-way call to the 800 number once we have completed court today.
All right. So, Ms. Jones, what's the plan if you can't find a bed though by Friday?
Well, we don't want to keep her in residential because we already made an agreement that it would be a certain amount of days, and those days will be concluded on the 30th.
Okay. So if there isn't a bed available on Friday for an IOP, the court will allow her to leave on tether.
Yes,
And where is she gonna go live though if there's no bed? Where would she go?
Ms. Kenny?
that has been a potential concern.
That's my question.
Your Honor, we'll start working on something today so we can have something more definitive in place by at least Thursday. Mr. Lindsay, do you know of any resources for housing?
Yes, we do have several IOPDs, and we do have what we call recovery housing.
Okay, after this Zoom, Ms. Jones, if you could please reach out to Mr. Lindsay, I'll send you his email address. Thank you, Mr. Lindsay.
Thank you,
No
Mr.
problem.
Green and Mr. Lindsay.
Mhm.
All right, well, one way or the other, she should be out on Friday, Mr. Wolak. We just don't exactly know where.
I appreciate that.
Let me ask this. Does Miss Kenny, do you have an address?
Well, I was gonna use Jason's address.
Oh, no, is that
No.
Mr.
Yes, that's him, Judge.
Oh, yeah, no, we can't do that.
Okay.
Okay, we will, don't worry, Miss Kenny.
Okay.
We'll make sure that something is available. Ms. Jones, you all just keep me informed, just email me. And
Yes,
let me
ma'am.
know what's going on, and then I'll make a decision as to whether, the problem with the tethers though, she has no place to go, so
Right.
let's just say we're gonna have to find her someplace by Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, we will.
Even if it's some type of housing that's not a program until we get the IOP done, but I don't want her to go live with him for sure. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. We'll follow up. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Miss Kenny, good job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Your
Have a
Honor,
good day.
Your Honor, we're back on the 9th. Is that correct?
Is that the 9th of August? No, yes.
August 9th.
I believe so. Yes, that's the day we're back.
Thank you for
Okay.
everything, Judge. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Also, when they make the call to access, I would just mention that this is a priority person
Yes,
of
ma'am.
priority, and that would help to get them in quicker.
Thank you, Mr. Lindsay.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're down to Mr. David. Well, unless we want to address on the record what's going on with James Woodruff.
Mr. Woodruff came to drug court from a possibility of going into the veterans program, which he did not want to go into. He was assigned to go to the Mariners Inn. He was there for approximately 3 days and told them that he was having back pain issues. He was sent to receiving hospital. And he was waiting for Tether to come and remove the GPS instrument. He left there. He failed to return back to Mariners Inn as instructed, went to a resident and was arrested the next day in Southwest Detroit area at a known drug house on a tether violation. It's my understanding that he went before Judge Tracy Green and was sent back to Mariners Inn, um, and left there again. When he was supposed to go back again, he told the jail that allegedly that he did not want to go back to Mariners Inn. So
Okay,
we are considering either 6 months at Share Macomb or 6 months at the Salvation Army.
so
Your Honor, if I'm,
drug court, is he officially in drug court now?
Yes,
Was
ma'am.
he in? Okay. Did he transfer from Veterans Court to drug court, or he was never accepted into Veterans Court?
Exactly. He was never accepted because he said he didn't want to be in Veterans Court.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
depending on his discharge status, and I don't know what his charge is, I'm sorry. The charge may have precluded him from being in Veterans Court. However, he may still be eligible for VA benefits. So if, I'll reach out to Mr. Marr to see if he has a copy of his DD 214. And then
Okay.
we can possibly reach out to some VA reps who can, they have a domiciliary for veterans, if that's something he'd be interested in, because they tailor their services more towards veterans. Now, if he doesn't want that at all, that's fine, whatever the judge would order. But if he has benefits, it would be in his best interest to probably use those because they're more tailored to veterans.
Okay. So the question becomes, he will be on the line on August the 2nd. And are you all gonna come back on the line on that call?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Okay, now, Mr. Michael David. Go ahead, Ms. Jones.
Yes, Mr. David has not been in compliance with his drug court probation. We seem to be having a repeat of what was going on in December, where that he said that he was going to his weekend drug testing at Jams and had receipts. Those receipts never did make it to either Agent Sobey or myself. It was finally determined, and he finally did admit that no, he was not going. That's when he was put into residential treatment and into intensive outpatient treatment domicile, which because of contact and a domestic violence situation, he was discharged from there because of that. He has gotten employment. For the last time he went to his weekend drug testing was June 5th. He has continued to say that he has been going and has told Agent Sobey, as he did in December, that he was going, but that he had receipts. Those receipts have never been given to Agent Sobey or myself. Friday, Ms. Bradley and I spoke with him. He was instructed to go to his Jams drug testing on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I did check the report. He did go on the 23rd. He did go on the 24th. We probably will not get those results of those dates until Wednesday at the earliest, possibly Thursday. And we do have something pending for results for today's date, the 26th. But he has not been honest. We are.
What is that? Okay.
We are
So,
looking, well, we're waiting for the test results from this past weekend. If they are positive, we're looking at residential treatment, perhaps at either Salvation Army or Sheer Macomb.
All right. Ms. Guyton, you said you talked, Ms. Guyton Robinson, you talked to your client, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything you want to say at this time?
Your Honor, no, we're going to wait for the test results and see what recommendations come if those test results are positive. Mr. David is well aware. He's been through this cycle on multiple occasions with drug court. He does well and then he has issues. And so we're going to see what the results are and we'll deal from there, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. David, there's an issue with you testing and you're not showing up like you're supposed to. You know that's a violation, right?
Yeah, I know.
All right. And this court is not a fan of people being incarcerated.
I know.
Like, however, if you keep giving you chances and you're having issues, you know, it may come to you going back to whatever you're being discharged out of drug court. And I don't know what your previous charge was and what time you're looking at, but you got to comply, Mr. David.
Okay.
Additionally, Your Honor, if I may, he is supposed to be tethered at his parents' house. He has not been there for the last 2 weeks and then some.
Yes,
that's the other issue. Why aren't you at your parents' house?
Mostly it was work. So I was working like 45 minutes away and I was getting off late, but I know it's not an excuse.
No, it's not. You have to go back to your parents' house. Are you saying that your parents' house, how far do your parents live from where you work?
About 45 minutes.
5 minutes.
No, I get off between like 12:30 and 1. 45.
Oh,
45.
45. Okay. And how do you get back and
I don't get off
forth?
between
You have a car.
I drive.
Okay, so you have a car. You're not waiting on a bus or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I get off at like 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Mr. David, do you have keys to your parents' home?
Kind of, yes, I would say. Like I have keys to the one lock, not the other lock on the door. If that makes
So
sense.
are you,
So
Your Honor, if I may? So, Mr.
Yeah.
David, are you saying you cannot get into the home after a certain hour?
most of the time I can. It's like every once in a while I can't. Just depends on who's the last one to go to sleep.
So the reason you were not going back to your parents' house, you're saying, is because you were getting off work late, and are you tired, or is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, because I work in like a warehouse, repackaging like automotive parts.
Okay.
It's like 12:30, 1 a.m.
All right. But the problem is that's where you're tethered to. And so,
Yeah.
well, I'm surprised that they didn't go arrest him for being in violation and being in the wrong place. How did that not happen?
He was given permission to work certain hours.
Well, that part I
These
know.
late hours, yeah.
But he was still supposed to go back to his parents' house. So the fact that he wasn't where he was supposed to be, I'm surprised that they didn't go pick him up.
I would agree.
Where are you now, Mr. David?
I'm at my parents right now.
Okay. Well, and you know, the court doesn't know anything about this person that you're staying with, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
also an issue. So what I'm going to tell you, Mr. David, is you got to make the effort to get back to your parents' house.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, that's what you're going to have to do, because I don't know who this is, and I don't know what they're doing at that house.
Okay.
All
Your
right,
Honor,
so-
if I may, before we discharge him. Mr. David, if you're struggling, please reach out to the team. That's why we're here.
Okay.
We don't
Okay.
want to, like the judge said, we don't want to see you incarcerated. We understand
Yeah.
that maintaining your sobriety is a struggle. It can be, but at some point you're going to have to trust us that we have your best interest at heart and we have different resources.
Okay.
I know there's groups at Detroit Recovery Project that he may benefit from, Your Honor. I know Ron Hildreth is phenomenal. he gets a lot of feedback from positive feedback from our participants here. So that may be something, a resource for him, just
You
to
said
help
Detroit
him.
Recovery Project?
Yes, ma'am. Ron Hildreth conducts several groups there. And just to help Mr. David date with his day-to-day struggles, possibly, that might be a resource for him.
Mr.
Okay.
David, you're not.
Because we have to do something different.
He's not attending any programs at this point in time?
No, ma'am.
I did set up outpatient with Khalil last week. We were supposed to have a session sometime this week.
Who is
I will
Ms. Khalil?
follow up on that, but additionally, at this point, because testing has been a problem, we are recommending increased testing, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
You hear that, Mr. David?
Yep, I'm trying to write it down right now. Tuesday, Thursday,
Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday
And it does
Sunday.
not matter which location you go to, as long as you're going to one of those locations
Okay.
those days.
Okay.
And just keep in mind, Mr. David, your efforts have to be intentional
Yeah.
every day
Okay.
to maintain
That's
your
not a problem.
sobriety.
Yeah.
But what you're showing us, you show us otherwise. So
Yeah.
it's not as simple as saying, okay, you have to make intentional efforts every day to have the life you want to have, because you're not going to be on probation forever.
Yeah.
So you don't want to go back to what you were doing before. So you have to decide that you're wanting to make changes. Otherwise, the judge will have to do what she feels judicially was in her discretion.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to find out when we get the results back, how Mr. David tested. So at this point, he's indicated he has a scheduled therapy session, I guess you'd call it. And Ms. Jones is gonna follow up on that, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
We also need to find out, how often are you supposed to be going to these therapy sessions, Mr. David?
With her, I have to talk to her twice a day on the phone, and then it's usually about once or twice a week. It just depends on how busy her schedule is.
Okay, well, Ms. Jones, once you find out, I guess if you speak with her, maybe you'll find that out as well. But if it's a situation where she's only gonna see him like once every other week or once a month, then the recommendation of the court would be that he also become connected to Detroit Recovery Project. Because
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
you do need to have some constant, some constant encouragement, some constant counseling, whatever it takes to overcome what it is that you're struggling with. And so
Okay.
just being there working is just, that's not enough. You need to have some positive reinforcement. So
Yeah.
as long as, his counseling, the counseling you think is sufficient, Ms. Jones, then we'll leave it at that. But if not, then we'll also add Detroit Recovery to it.
I will reach out to Ms. Khalil today.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I believe that's it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We will.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll see you some of you on the 2nd, and others on the 9th. All right, have a
Thank
good
you,
day,
everyone.
everybody.
Have a good
Okay.
afternoon,
All right.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lindsay.
Thank you,
Thank
Your
you
Honor.
for the invitation. Look forward to working with you guys.
Thank you.